The grand final! Here we go, everybody. The grand final between the Hardos and Team Wah. Our little crybabies over here. So, yep. Well, this is actually a pretty spicy one because Team Wah, the red team, they have absolutely murdered in the earlier rounds. And they went up against some strong teams. They beat the Donuts, they beat the Flipping Mafia, and they look just absolutely dominant doing that. Whereas the Hardos also arrived here in the grand final with a solid performance, but they struggled the last time they went up against them, so we'll see how this pans out. By the way, guys, before we're heading into this, everybody that's watching this on YouTube, I've already announced it on Twitch, but I also want to do it here if you guys are interested. So some of you might have played the alpha or the beta of New World. I'm gonna play the game once it's out. I played both. I liked it. I think it's a lot of fun. They polish it a little bit more and it's gonna be even better. But if anybody out there is going to play the game as well, there's a link in the description of the video that you can check out that leads to the Discord server. We have created a sub-channel on the Discord server for New World, and we're gonna coordinate a bit on which server and also which faction we're gonna play on. So if you guys wanna play with us, then feel free to join the Discord server. Just say hi in the sub-channel for New World and just like say, you get the information there. Game is going to be released in I think 6 or 7 weeks, and yeah, we're definitely going to play. So if you guys are interested in playing with us, with some of the viewers and with me and others, then make sure that you join that. Just a little bit of a PSA before we're heading into our first map. And by the way, the first map is Tomb of the Spider Queen, which already is of course a strong map for the Hardos traditionally, but now they also go up against a team that is just insanely powerful to begin with. We got Jojo as the first pick and Tracer. That's a very early Tracer lock. Does that even lead to a Malfurion ban? Could we see that? I guess it's likely. We have Junkrat on the other side. The continuous interrupts whenever you're attempting to go for a channel are obviously pretty spicy. We have Azerite on Stukov. Dequaza on Urel. And I honestly want to see what they're doing in regards to the supports now, because there's a very good chance the team was banning out Malfurion. Tracer and Malfurion is absolutely incredible, and that's normally what you're aiming for. So they will force them to use something else here. Likely. Varian banned out. Yeah, with Stukov, Varian is always a threat. Now, Stukov in general just works so well with any kind of pre-stun hero that you have, but against Tracer, Varian is obviously even more so of a threat because it's not a skill shot, it's just like a point and click that you can go for. So a taunt on Tracer with the Stukov follow-up means that Tracer just dies. So having that ban on Varian is good. And on top of that, we get, as expected, the Malfurion ban. So here we go. What are they following up now? We get Gul'dan, we get Leo. Oh, Schallsweffer. And our boy Yazu hasn't taken a pick yet. I sometimes really hope that we're going to get some of those supports that we pretty much never see these days. It was funny the other day to see Morales being played, for example. That was kind of cool. Doesn't really happen all that often, but again, when it does, then it's kind of nice. I'm not saying like, hey, these heroes are underplayed and need more play. That's not quite the case, but it's kind of fun, you know, when they mix it up a bit. Now we got Ultralisk in on Kerrigan, so it's not Nick that plays Kerrigan out to the Spider Queen, it's Ultralisk that is going to lock that in. With Varian banned out, it doesn't really come as a shock that the Nubarak is the weapon of choice at the front line, so that they can follow up the stun with Stukov. And Zelia has already played some great games with Nubarak today. So Zelia, since Masquerade isn't here, on Nubarak in the tank role is kind of crazy. And we got Ana with Tracer. Every single time I see an Ana with a Genji or any hero on of that type, I'm reminded of like Ana just, you know, walking around with a hammer and like smacking Genji around so that he finally stands still for a second and she can heal him. Same applies to Tracer, so we'll see how that works out. The Hardos against Team Wah, the grand final of qualifier number 7, everybody. Let's jump in, map number 1, Tomb of the Spider Queen. The Hardos on the left side, we got Yazu on Ana. Yeah, we got Nick on Tracer, Copenhagen on Leoric with Austin's Renewal on level 1. Bad Benny also with Self-Sustain, goes into the Laws of Hope with Johanna. Hazu on Gul'dan. He's of course going to try to get his Horrify through later on. Dequaza for Team Wah with Urel. Zelion on Nubarak again. Dino on Junkrat. Kerrigan played by Ultralisk. And with that, we go for the last but not least, Stukov, played by Azerite. Okay, guys, this is I don't really know what to expect here. Would honestly put Team Wa into the position of being the favorite in this series. Yeah, I know. Some immediately object to that. But they have been doing a fantastic job in previous tournaments. So did Hardos, to be fair. But the performance that they showed today was incredible. And them taking the Donuts down like the Donuts were a quick match team was just insane and totally unexpected. But here comes the first kill, and it is Nick zipping in and taking down Stukov. So well done. Nick with Tracer is immediately firing away. And they're going for Zelia now. And Zelia is also gonna die. Or at least he's gonna be very close. There it is. Nick with a second kill. Okay, we're in for a match apparently. I was slightly afraid that Team Wow might come out swinging and absolutely destroy here. Especially after the match against the Donuts and the Flipping Mafia. But whew, that's some spicy opening into the game from the Hardos. As Nick is coming in like wielding his tracer like a surgeon, wields a scalpel and just takes them down. The German efficiency. There it is. Apparently Nick today, I mean, he's also playing his main account, so he's not going to go for the Hans place here. But let's see what they can do here in the long run. I mean, the opening is good, but not really too much of a lead just yet. Both of them trying to time their camp, by the way. Yeah, both of them just sitting tight. And talking about camps, seems like we're going to see another one taken by the red team. Dino at the bottom of the map with Junkrat is going to take this one, or at least trying to. But he has the attack against Equaza already, and Nick is going to say hello, but he's a little bit too late, has to recall, and is able to get out. But the camp is gone, has been claimed. Level 4 on both sides. And talking about camps, we got in the mid lane, 2 of them active, the Bruiser camps. Has another dive by Zelia, but no problem for Bad Benny. Nah, he was ready. He was ready with the Iron Skin, used that already, and, well, down at the bot lane, the Siege Giants have also been eliminated. So yeah, it's just the teams going through the usual blows, the usual steps, going to the Bruiser camps, taking the Siege Giant camp, and now attempting slowly to get the gems for the first turn-in and then control the turn-in spots. Some aggression against Bad Benny at the top. There's still the threat of a Carrigan combo, of course, and he dodges out on it. And Hazu comes in from the bottom and uses that little gathering to get more stacks for his level 1. Sitting at 12 now on the Echoed Corruption. And there he's jumping again with another attempt to go for Benny, but the Iron Skin was up once more. There's a lot of blow-for-blow plays here that we have. Yeah, both of them are going full all-out aggression in these little plays. And now we are slowly looking at the 50 gems. 14 on Copenhagen, 15 on Hazo. Between the two of them, they have 30. And yeah, they might be able to turn something in here, but they're going for Dequaza too. And that's, of course, the beauty of having some rotations down to the bottom of the map. You're putting the solo laner on notice. He's up against 1-2 heroes at the same time. Has to fall back, eats a lot of damage, has to tap the fountain. It's going to be on cooldown. Needs to be more passive in the way that he plays. Both teams now controlling one of the turn-in points. And that leads us to 36 and 29 gems delivered. There's the early level 7 then again, which gives him a bit more of a lead early on. Tracer still doing her thing. Going up against Ultralisk here. And that's a battle that we're most likely going to see also in game number 2 of the series. At least to an extent. Ultralisk and Nick being the 2 X-Factor players for the team. Yeah, already the bomb is out. The damage connected. Good for them. Yeah, Bad Benny. This time he's in trouble. And there could be a kill. And it is a kill. Ultralisk with a better save than sorry play. Comes in, says, alright, let's drop the combo. We might not need it here. But we're going for it. We're going to secure this one. Dequaza turns in. So do the boys at the top. And that's the first map we've away for the red team. Team Wah. They are starting to take a bit of a lead here. Small experience lead. Aggressive setup. Yasu with a double. Nicely done. A little bit more damage from Harzov that also came in. Obviously the threat is against Nick. The early level 8. Where Beavers in the mid and the top lane are most likely going to be the ones that are the most threatening to them. And these sleep darts are just absolutely on point. Yasuo is putting everybody to sleep. I mean, he's better than Deckard Cain with his stories. Granny has some stories of her own, apparently, and they have combos, and this time they lock Jojo down hard. Yeah, that was an easy setup against her. Zelias, by the way, is asleep on the wheel here. He's sleeping through half the game. Every single time that he pops out his face at the front, we immediately have Granny just looking at him with a map. Pew, pew. And she gets the hits in, easy peasy. And they're getting big hits in at the top lane. I mean, boys, we're talking fort. That's the first web weaver wave set up, and the first fort is down. And in the mid lane, the wall is gone. They go for Leo. They might get the kill, and yes, they will. Or will they? Yeah. And they got the fountain too. And another fort is low. 50% HP on this one. What the hell? This is the best map of the Hardos. This is the one map the teams start banning against the Hardos now because they're saying, like, screw that shit. We're not going up against them on Tomb. Are you crazy? Have you seen these boys here? That's just not happening. And instead, Team Wa comes in. They're going to have the early level 10. They already took the fort top side. The one in the middle is at 50%. At the bottom, the gate is slowly falling. Now, another camp is about to be taken. And since the red team has the level 10 abilities, there's nothing that the Hardos can do, first of all, about the camp pressure at the bot lane. And neither can they do anything about the turn-ins. They can try and sneak something in. That's unlikely. Bad Benny, is he going for the flashlight? Nope. 16 are delivered. Another sleeper setup against Zelia. That poor bug is just snoring away. Sleep apnea right there. Uh-oh, the horrify. Yes! That was beautiful. Good combo against Ultralisk. Kerrigan was horrified by what she saw there. Yeah. That is a really cool setup from Hazu, and that led to the kill. Good for him. Also, it's going to be cool to see the nano boost on Gul'dan. And now the blue team, they want to gain some momentum here. That's the damage looking at. What do we get from our boy? 20,000 on Tracer, 20,000 on Gul'dan. The Riptire. Nick. Oh, and he gets out, connects the bomb and makes his way out the fight. Dino gets attacked too. The Space Goat is jumping around everywhere. Urel is hopping. But they turn in the 11 gems. They don't have enough for another Web Weaver wave though. But every single gem you turn in is safe. At least for the time. So, would it be awesome if you could rob them? If you could somehow like rob that thing and take your opponent's gems and just take them for your own, for yourself. That would be kind of neat. Dequaza. Alright, Dino, they're all sitting and waiting, hoping to get a jump on Hazu. He has the Horrify back now, but there's a chance for another Web Weaver wave for the red team now. And they're taking it. Guys, 2 turn-ins in a row. 2 turn-ins in a row. Blessed Shield, Horrify, Nubarak, Zelia. The kill is not happening. No, he survives. Tracer connected the bomb, but they couldn't make it work. That would have been the ideal scenario. Web Weavers touch ground as a Nubarak dies. 5 versus 4 on the map, but it did not happen that way. So now, with the Horrify gone, with most of the ults gone, they have such a good push presence. Team Wa, first of all, the 4 tier is gone, 100%. That one is just, there's no way. At the bot lane, very likely we're going to see another one fall too. Bad Benny is in trouble. Riptire, and yes, they can go for Hazu too. They take down Jojo first. Hazu is barely making it out. Nick is also taking a bit of a beating. Everybody else is still Gucci. And Leo has to deal with the top lane, so there's not even 4 heroes in the middle. The bottom fort has also fallen. The one in the middle is destroyed. Team Wa, they are going for a brutal blow to the Hardos in game number 1 already. Nearly completed stacks. Well, scratch and nearly. They completed it. Gul'dan has completed his quest early in the game, but they lose Leo, and guys, they might lose a keep here. Oh my god. Double turn-in for the red team, and they're capitalizing fully on it. Another setup with the Horrify though. Azurite, they save him! They save Stukov! And now Hazu's in trouble. Zelia! Ah, there's the kill. And the keep is still fine. The keep is still fine. They saved it for now. They lost also a lot down at the bottom of the map. But oh boy, at least they have saved the keeps. Kind of put pressure on every single lane. Even enhanced in the mid lane would have been a disaster. So, yeah. Now it's all about getting those gems to work. Get in for turn number 1. But the Nubarak is now on his way back, so the Hardos haven't really been able to get a web weave away from the ground. But that's always the big threat. If you have a team that finds themselves on the back foot the entire time, but they hold on to their gems, if they get multiple turn-ins in a row, that's their ticket back. And they got enough gems for 2. They lost a few gems, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's 5 kills against 4. Both teams lost some. Team Wah comes out slightly ahead, but the Hardos still have enough for a double turn-in. And that's really where you start things off with. If you make that happen, then you're in a good spot. Ultralisk lying wait down here. Yeah, gets the combo against Nick. Close, close. The Horrify on the other hand, but Hazu, nano boosted Hazu, and he's dead. Gul'dan boosted, and the gems are lost, and they might lose a little bit more. Down here, Copenhagen, he gets the assist from the rest of the team. But still, they lost a few gems because Hazu died, and they, of course, also lost the position on the map. And if you look at the experience, it's going to be a level 16 play now for Team Wah. So the Hardos have to think about how they want to play this. They can technically try and turn in so that they trade the boss defense for the gems. But Urel is kind of protecting all of this at the bottom of the map. Nobody's really moving in, so this is going to be dicey. Yeah, the boss will move through the top lane, and, well, the wall will fall, maybe a bit more than that. Urel, she's at the bottom of the map. They have 37 gems that they can technically turn in, but that's, of course, not even close to getting a full turn in. So no web weavers for this one. But if Karrigan lands a combo and Stuko follows up on it, then there's always a chance that you get a kill or 2. And then you push this way deeper than only the wall. You can take the keep and maybe even the core, depending on how many kills you get with this. Blue team needs level 16, and they're close. They're really close. But they need that experience. Leo's in the mid lane for exactly that reason. He's trying to get it, and he will. But there's the combo, but Nick is able to walk away from it. Unlikely that the keep falls, but it will take damage. Copenhagen is moving in. There's the Reptile looking for Hazu, get some damage in. This keep might fall after all. Here comes the Horrify, and they can't follow up on it. They can't follow up, but good damage from Hazu. The keep is down. The Entomb with the trap. Condemn. Hazu with all the damage that he can muster, but it's just not going to be enough. Leo instead is low, and the red team walks away. Mission accomplished. The keep is gone, and they can retreat to fight another day. And of course, the big advantage for the red team is that they still have fountains on every single lane. The Hardos have not been able to take a single tower. They've destroyed nothing. Absolutely nothing in this game. So full-on control here for the red team, even if the Hardos are able to deliver some gems and get a web weaver wave. The question is, how much can they get out of it? Can they take all of these forts down? Because right now, the red team has a retreat point. The red team has a sustain point on every lane. They can go to the fountain. They can quickly recover hit points and mana. Zelia again, diving out before Benny can come in with the Blessed Shield. Horrify wasn't ready yet. But if they keep going up at the top, there's not a whole lot of left for the Hardos. They're losing ground, and they're losing it quickly. And map control is firmly in the hands of the red team. And they're turning in again. Slowly and steadily, they are working their way to another turn-in. They're insanely close. They need one more gem, and then they have enough gems in their arsenal to get one. Zelia jumps out. He's still alive. Riptire's out. Nick is in a bit of trouble, but Yazu is healing him up again. But it's still the same problem. They made a play. The Hardos made a play, and it didn't work. They went in with a Blessed Shield, and they couldn't secure the kill. The Horrify wasn't there either. So now here comes the turn-in, and guys, this is another web weaver wave. They're getting it. The Hardos haven't gotten a single one. They've seen no spiders this game. None. Absolutely none. And now it's getting very difficult. Because that keep in the middle of the map, whew, that would be an incredible miracle to save that. Yeah, I don't really think that's happening. No. Not even Lucira has the APM to keep that one alive and make those plays. And the one at the bottom of the map, that one might fall too. Especially if kills are coming through now. This is all about the team fight here now. But obviously structures will fall. Blessed Shield is in. There's the Horrify. The ult on Urel is up. Both of those ults down the drain. Nicely done. Red team, great setup for them now. The ults are out. Biggest threat is gone. Here comes the engage. Yasuo is low. Granny is about to die. He has at least the Tomb. Riptire and Leo. No, it's Ana that falls, and so does the Keep. This should be game. This should be game. Keep at the bottom of the map is already about to fall too. We are having a play for Gul'dan who dies. It's Jojo that is also eliminated. Nick collects the gems, but he cannot do anything about all of this anymore. The Keep at the bottom has fallen. So has Leo. The core is getting obliterated. The red team with the lead in the grand final at tournament number 7. For the X-Cup Summer. GG and well played as Team WA locks in the W on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV. Infernal Shrines, map number 2, as so often today. Yeah, the red team is in the lead. They were able to, they dominated pretty hard at some point on Tomb of the Spider Queen. For a while, it really felt like a turn-in, maybe 2 on the side of the Hardos might change things. But they were just too strong there. A lot of what the Hardos were trying to do hinged on their ability to stack some of the ults, come in with, let's say, the Blessed Shield, follow up with a Horrify, and then really get the kill. If they can do that, then they make the comeback here. But I think they had 2-3 attempts where the comps did not work 100% the way that they wanted to, where there was a small gap and Urel could, for example, use her ult or other things happened, and then backfired everything real quickly. Because once that fails, you have invested a lot of resource and a lot of big cooldowns that you just don't have for the fight anymore. Your opponent has an advantage and capitalizes on that. And the red team does exceptionally well here. And that is with them playing with the sub and Masquerade not being here. I mean, Masquerade isn't here, so Zelia has taken over the main tank position. And that is just terrifying in and of itself. Zelia is obviously just an insane player, and he's been playing so many roles in the past, but that they can just simply, you know, swap this and play without one of the best tanks that we currently have in the European scene, and it doesn't, you don't even notice it if you don't pay attention, is kind of crazy. Now Zagara gets banned here on Infernal Shrines, and we have also the ban on Lucio. It seems like someone watched the other semifinal. Yeah, so no Yasuo Lucio on this one, but Nick locks in Vala. So with that, we got the AoE. You have the multi-shot build. You want to think about having a double support. That's also where we could see a lot of bans coming in. I mean, Lucio is already banned. Malfurion is banned. Tychus for Odin. And there is Stukov again. Yeah, they do really well with these engage tanks. And I also gotta say that when we saw Zelia play Diablo in one of the earlier games, I gotta admit I don't really remember which map it was. I think it was Towers of Doom in the semifinal, or was it the quarter? He just obliterated. He murdered. He had such good angles. And Stukov or no Stukov, you can play Diablo here. You can play Garrosh. You can. I mean, honestly, the world's your oyster at this point. There's so many tanks still up that have really nice engage potential, and he can play any of them. We saw him on Muradin too, so there's a lot that they can do here. There's a shit ton of AoE, by the way, for the Hardos now. I mean, are you kidding me? Blaze and Johanna. So you have the oil spill here, and Jojo is in too. Vala on top of that. Condemn. Whew. Talk about shrine control. That's a lot. The Brightwing ban, okay, so that already eliminates Polymorph. Or Polybomb, so that's already one that's out. And, yep. I mean, that's a lot of AoE on the blue team side. The Leo ban, okay. Still no support, by the way, on the side of the Hardos. There's still a chance that they're going to go for a double support. Now, Vala is most of the time played either with a double support, triple frontline. We could see either one. Hazu has played already Thrall in one of the earlier games. But what are we getting from Zelia and Ultralisk here? Honestly, main tank interests me a little bit more even than what Ultralisk is going to pick in this one. There's the Anubarak play again. Yeah, Anubarak once more. It's the third time today, I believe, that he's playing it. And every single time he has done that so far, they have just been so aggressive around all of this. They're just so well coordinated around their aggression, it's kind of scary. So Hogga is also taken. We have the last 2 picks coming in for the boys in blue for the Hardos. There's Imperius. And Anduin! Okay. Crybaby is in play. Triple front line again. That's one of the variations that you can go for. And we'll see what they can pull off with that. They need to create a lot of space for Nick to work with. Anduin is obviously nice if you want to save a target. I mean, as much as I make fun of the character, what the hero has to offer in terms of his kit is actually cool. And that leaves us with Ultralisk. Last but not least, the aspect of death. Malthael is in the house, everybody. Infernal Shrines, it's map number 2, the grand final of the 7th qualification tournament for the X-Cup Summer. And Team Wa has a chance of claiming this with a 2-0 and locking in 10 points for themselves. So let's find out if they can pull it off here in Infernal Shrines. Hardos against Team Wa, and, well, let's go. Left side of the map, Nick on Imperius. Halsops on Vala, the blue team with Jojo, played by Bad Benny. Copenhagen on Blaze, going for the new habits. And they say you can't teach a dog an old dog new tricks. Yasuo is playing Anduin. We got Dequaza on Hogger, Ultralisk on Malthael, Zelia on Anubarak once again today. Dino and Tychus, and Azerite is playing Stukov with the reactive Ballista Spores. Okay, time to see if the Hardos can bring this back. It's not going to be easy. With the shape that the red team is in today, it's not going to be an easy endeavor, but it's definitely possible for them. They have a good lineup here. They need to create space for Halsops on his Vala. Alright, Nick is playing one of the melees. He's playing Imperius here, with the golden doubloon riding in style. Okay, so it's hinges on Hazu as the only range damage dealer of the team to do his thing here. Hogger is already poking it out a bit. They have a ton of wave clear too, so if they are playing on the shrine, you're more or less guaranteed to do damage to your opponent's team and lock in a few of those stacks towards the objective at the same time without even trying. There's just plenty of stuff in there. But yep. I really want to see if they can pull this off. I'm a little bit worried. Already the aggression down at the bottom of the map. Trying to go for Stukov. Nick gets attacked too. It's of course the attempt to hit the right angle so that the rest of the team can follow up when you start with the initial stun. Level 10 is also going to be interesting with this. I mean, following sword for Jojo is always a good option, and especially when you have an immobile backliner like Stukov, you can try and capitalize on that. At the same time, a good blessed shield threatening the front line is also worth a lot if you have the follow-up, and they indeed do. They have a jet propulsion. They have on top of that also Nick with Imperius. Zelia. Yeah, Zelia is really just always sniffing around the opponent's team, doesn't he? He's done that in all of the games. The last one backfired early on and he died once, but ever after that he adjusted very, very quickly and was able to not only stay alive, but also initiate some fantastic plays and create kill opportunities for the team. Yeah, it's always that interplay between the burrow charge and the iron skin on Bad Benny, which is exactly what we just saw a second ago. So Benny is gonna try time and time again to hold the iron skin back to make sure that when the shit really hits the fan, he is gonna have the cooldown available. The bigger they are for Tychus, and he's already starting to chunk them down a bit. And you have a lot of targets on the other side. Could of course always have made the argument that on Tychus you could have gone for stacking here, considering that there's so many melees against you. It's kind of funny how Tychus can play every single one of his level 4 talents these days. It's pretty much where he's at. Master Assassin for the passive, not so much for the quest. Bigger they are against high hit point tanks in particular. And then also, of course, the plays around is starting to stack. Blinds play a role here. And Jojo, of course, is influencing this choice a little bit. But the first objective is now up. And yeah, that is gonna set the pace a little bit. Stacks are coming together here, especially, of course, for the blue team. But it's a shrine in the mid lane. And Zelia is in trouble. Yeah, he might even fall here. Turns it around with a bit more stance, that's nice, but he definitely needs to hit that fountain, if not the Nexus. So very likely they will fall back and give the Hardos the opening on the shrine. Dequaza is sitting there. Yeah, and he's going to spin out. Alright, spinning out of the fight. Fountain has been activated for Zelia, so that thing is on cooldown. And here comes all that AoE that I was talking about earlier. The Hardos are already at 14 stacks. They got 14, they move in here with a double pincer play. Zelia also under attack once again. And the more pressure they put on him, the better, because he doesn't have a fountain cooldown any longer. Hogger, on the other hand, I mean, Hogger is just stupid sometimes on this one, isn't he? He's just going for the pew 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 here. So they're attempting to just take him down in HP so that he has to eventually move away, and that's what's more or less happening. But he's already given the team the lead with 29 stacks to 23. This is ridiculous. Vala is also getting attacked. Oh, the red team, they're doing so well. Wow! What's happening here? 1 kill to 0. Team Wow with the objective and the kill. And they're even trying for number 2. They're going for Copenhagen. And where's the grenade? Ah, no grenade this time. But boy, were they close. And just look at the top side. Full value from the camp. I mean, are you kidding me? They're going for the kill down here. What the fuck is happening here? I mean, seriously. What's going on? A fort down. The kill against Vala with a big dive behind the fort. Look where they are. They are 1 level ahead. Guys, when have you seen the last time 2 forts fall with the first Punisher? When have you seen that the last time? This is insane. These guys are totally on a different level today. Now, we've seen them lose also in these qualification tournaments, but today this is just insanity. They dominated the donuts. They murdered the flipping Mafia. And now against the Hardos, they got 2 forts out of the first objective? Are you kidding me? That's insanity. I mean, you can't be serious. 2 kills to 0, full level lead. They're gonna get the early level 10. Wow. I mean, Team Wa just took a massive run up and kicked the Hardos in the nuts. That's what just happened. That's just what happened. Shit like this doesn't usually happen in a grand final. If you tell me this is happening in Storm League, then yeah, I'm with you. But here, really? That's insane. That's absolutely insane. So, yeah, 23 stacks for Vala. 11 stacks for Jojo. They got the level 10 abilities, and the first thing they do is they pop Odin. They're like, well, guys, I'm gonna have my Odin back by the time that you get your Heroic abilities, so we're gonna go for the final fort. And they're taking it down. They're taking it down. Team Wa is happening. 2 kills to 0. We are 6 minutes into the game. Not a single fort is standing for the Hardos. Not a single fountain in the middle. And Zelia, he is just everywhere on this map. He's just like, you think this part of the map belongs to you? The fuck are you thinking? This is mine. All of this is mine. All of this is me. Nick nearly dying, and he barely gets saved. The last rights did not connect, so there's still not a single stack for Mouth. Well, still not a single stack for Malthael. I mean, it has been 15 seconds since he got his ult, so yeah, how dare he? I mean, what a noob. Come on, you can do better. No, I mean, jokes aside, this is just murderous. Blessed Shield, delivery system with the Wrath on Imperius. And it's just crazy. But alright, we got level 10 versus level 10. So if there was ever a moment to bring this back at least a little bit, then it's now. I'm afraid that level 13 will be a thing once we're fighting over the objective. Maybe not right at the start, but during the fight for the next Punisher. It should become a factor. Yeah, it's like half a minute. We're gonna get level 12. If they can split on the lanes a little bit more, maybe get 1 or 2 waves in the mid lane, and then 1 at the top, then level 13 for the next fight is possible. It's definitely an option. I mean, they're already at level 12, so yeah, that is a solid lead. For the second half of the objective, that might be a thing. Anyways, this is really where the Hardos have to bring it back. As I already said, this is basically the best chance that they have now. If they're losing out on another objective and lose even more ground on the map, with the passive experience now tickling in since all 3 forts have been taken, they're going to lose more ground as the game continues. So now is the time to shine. Now is the time to make a play, to be aggressive, to really look for an opening and look for that kill. Blessed Shield, there it is. Delivery system. They go for Tychus. Backlight is getting stunned out too. And there is the kill against Tychus. Nice. The Hardos. Yep, they are making the plays. Zelia, he wants to get away, and he gets out. Zelia is out. They only lose 1. Now that in and of itself is obviously bad enough, but still, they were able to save an Uberak, and that's worth quite a bit. And an Uber is low. So Zelia can't really do a whole lot. When he pokes his head out, he is gonna be met by a couple of skill shots right away. Now there's not really much going on the map. Tigers is of course coming back, but we're already looking at 33, 35 stacks. There's no way to take this one. Level 13 for the defense, that is gonna happen. So that's good. In the middle, I guess the catapult is gonna do a bit of damage, but let's be honest, Blaze is already on the way and it's not gonna be a lot anyways. But they need, of course, to defend this properly. And they are trying to die for it, especially with Blaze not being here. So they want to get kills. Shockwave and Andon with the save. Quasar gets attacked. So far, the aggression has always worked out for the red team. But this could, of course, turn. The level 13 gives them the inevitable end. Virulent reaction is also in. Easy defense against the Punisher. Not a single fort has... I mean, even the towers are still in the play. But still, this is exactly what the Hardos need to do. Find an aggressive play, make it, take the kill, and go from there. It was a good combo too. Blessed Shield for the stun made it real easy for Imperius to come in and use his delivery system. I mean, this is really where all of that experience from Imperius as a delivery boy plays through. And honestly, I can emphasize. I have a lot of job experience as well. As a policeman, a fireman, a real estate agent, a doctor, an astronaut, and whatnot. So I can totally relate when Imperius comes in and uses the experience that he has with his side job as a delivery boy to, you know, just apply it to the game here too and help his team to get a bit ahead. And there it is again. Another play, and just look at it. That is experience. You can't teach that. You can't teach that. There it is, the kill. And Nubarak is down, and that was an easy one. So they are starting to find the rhythm, finally. I mean, it's taken long enough. It's only 2 kills, but it's important kills that they just got here. So good for them. The problem is the experience advantage that we have for Team WA. That's the problem. That's really the issue, because this is a pretty big gap still. There's more than a level, and we're looking slowly towards level 16, which makes this worse. Azurite down here. Oh, he can be really happy that there's no Blessed Shield now. Okay. Yeah, they're getting a bit more damage on this end. And Imperius is going down to the bottom of the map to deal with this. There's still pressure. With all the forts gone, it's not like you take 1 or 2 kills and all of a sudden you're back to business. No. You need to work a little bit more for it. But those are the right steps. Baby steps. Baby steps. They're doing exactly what they need to do. Damage output, by the way, on Vala is on 34,000 now. So good for her. And the next objective spawns at the bottom of the map, which means that the top camps are getting real dangerous. And there's a level 16. So the blue team, they are looking to trap. Epic Enter is in on level 16 for Nubarak, and he's epically entering the bush, trying to stun them out. Cocoon is in. Already the ping pong play against Yasuo, the shockwave, Anduin, and he's dead. Anduin is dead. He tried to go for the French defense and run away, but it didn't work out for him. Vala is also down. So is Hogger, and Dino is just walking away on Odin and using the rest of his abilities for a bit of wave clear. It's a 3 versus 3 on the map. The kills are honestly not that bad for Hardos, because at the end of the day it helps them to close the experience gap by a little bit. But now it's a question of who makes the plays for the next objective, and so far it has been the red team that is making the right moves here. 51 stacks for Vala. She's getting there. Late game. They're scaling. And there's the level 16 for the Hardos. They have even talents now. The blessed momentum is in. We got the melting touch. But this is just so frustrating. There's still a fountain and the entire wall in play for the red team. That is such a huge advantage. It's ridiculous. It's honestly ridiculous. They can easily top all of this up in the middle of the fight. 24 stacks to 11. And the kill. Beautiful engage. Zelia is dead to the Hardos. They're going hard on this one. Nice. This is exactly what they need to do here. These are the plays. Finally, they're back, boys. They are back. Their Hardos are back to business, and they are starting to lock in the objective. They're going for camps now, and they should. This is the moment where you have the map control, and you need to capitalize on that. And they're taking one camp. They're taking the second camp. And I really like it. Now, I also like the reaction from the red team, trying to steal this away. But this is something that the Hardos have already sniffed out. So Benny checks it, sees what's coming. They still leave the catapult up, so that might be a bit of a mistake, because that's going to do damage to the wall. Might not make a difference now, but could make a difference later. 6 kills to 4. And here we go. Bot fort should fall. It's a 5 versus 5 again. The experience gap has nearly been closed. The Hardos are ahead in kills. Catapult at the top is doing a little bit of work. Nothing too crazy, but the second one is already coming in, and that's where the real threat lies. Bot lane fort has been dropped, and they are waiting behind the gate to re-engage. So we might get a third game here after all. Looked strong for the red team. I mean, again, they got 2 forts out of the first objective. Oh, the setup already against Benny. Down to 50% HP. Easy bait over the wall. Mid lane, by the way, attacked by 2 camps. So that's a lot of work being done here too. Down here, yeah, as you can see, damage is being done. But there's another opportunity to go for the fight as the Hardos are looking for more kills. Mid lane is getting defended easily. Yeah, top side, how much has fallen? 1 tower is down. 2 towers are down. No, 1. 1 tower is down. And the next catapult is also in. Nobody has dealt with this yet. Everybody is just Hearthstoning back, but there's still a camp to fight over, and they're going to lock this in very, very quickly. They should be able to steal this one. Yeah, and they do. Alright, catapult has done a bit of work. 20 is going to be a bit faster for Tiwa. Oh, Copenhagen. Careful, baby. Yeah, you got to be cautious here. Yeah, that was plain sight right there. Yeah, they take even more structures down. This is them nibbling away at the defense of the Hardos. Look at this. 1 structure at a time. Take the gate, take the tower, all for free. Force them to rotate around. Make sure that you control the direct rotation between the 2 lanes. And that will cost them time, and you can use that time to get a bit ahead here. But the Hardos have, over the past couple of minutes, shown that they can really go for these snap kills. They see an opportunity. Benny doesn't hesitate, throws the shield out. They got the follow-ups, and then they can do work. That's what they've been doing. And now it's all about them attempting to go for level 20. I mean, this is all this is about right now. You get the Storm Talents. You want to play around Storm Talents. You want to make sure that you get them just in the nick of time for the next objective, maybe even before that. The dive, as Zelia is playing the aggressor again. And Hazo is also just retreating with the help of the multi-shot here. But there we got our level 20. And this is the moment where the Hardos will play very, very passive. They got to. And you got to ask yourself, what are the boys in red now going to do? Yeah, what are they going to do here? Because now that they have level 20, they have a small window where they can be a bit more aggressive. It's not going to happen around the objective. They're stealing the camps whenever they can. So they're going to take the first one, delay it a bit. Ultralis has the one at the top too, so they're going to try and time that. Nobody's really dealt with this down here, but you have the catapult, so that eventually is going to seal the deal. Okay, one's taken. Both of the camps are claimed. We have 32 stacks for Jojo on the level 1. So that puts her onto an extra 15% that she's going to recover with the trade. And there's the shrine activating. Unfortunately for them, they don't... Look at Zelia. He's right there, and he already knows that there's likely Benny sitting in the bush. And so he just dives away, and he's just like, oh shit, if I die again, if they get me once more with that Blessed Shield combo, then I'm gonna be toast. And my team is playing a 4 versus 5 around the next objective. So he just dives out. And they're taking Nick down a little bit. Okay. Good for them. Malthus is already topside, so they're protecting these camps as long as they can to give a head start to Ultralis, who's on the objective, because they want to win this one. There's the 20 versus 20. Farflight Quiver is in. Light bomb upgrade. Upgrade for the shield. And also on top of that, we get the unrelenting descent. Okay. There we go. The inner fire. That is a problem. That hurts. That hurts. The fight is there. The fight is there, but the top keep is in trouble. Top keep is in trouble. So is Bad Benny. Bad Benny, the last rights, and he survives it. But back in the battle. Oh no! The kill, the double, the triple, and they take all of them. 4 kills are in, and they are on their way to a potential tournament victory. This was the play right here. The double kill against Anduin and Imperius, and then the follow-up as they go for Vala, for Blaze. All of them dead and dying. They play for core, everybody. Team Wow, once again with another qualification tournament victory as they take down the Hardos in the grand final with the 2-0. The win on Infernal Shrines. GG and well played.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description and check that out. Thanks in advance and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.